Hello YouTube and welcome to a new series on the channel here today. Today we're going to be watching something. I currently do not know what that something is, and I'm very excited to find out what it is going to be. Yes, hello dear viewer, you are currently armed with more knowledge than I even have here at this juncture. You see the title of the video, you know what I'm watching, but for me, I get to spin this wheel. Let me get this wheel up for you. So yeah, that there's probably pretty good. So, the wheel. Let me give you context. So, I run polls on the channel generally, right? I'd been running a poll every single time I wanted to watch something, and then I'd pick the very top thing. I would often run into cases where the runner-up in that poll would just be the next thing on the next poll regardless, so it felt a little bit redundant. So now whenever I do a poll, which I've done one recently, there's two new shows there for everybody to see. Now whenever I run a poll, I just take the top 2 or 3, depending on what I'm feeling at that moment, and they get put on a wheel and then I spin it. So yeah, most recent poll had Little Witch Academia and Freerun as the winners, as well as Orb and Ping Pong as the stragglers that were already left on the wheel from a previous poll. Hopefully that's enough explanation. I'm now just going to spin this thing so I can start the video proper. I'm very excited to see what's going down. Again, if your favorite doesn't win here, it's bound to win eventually. And yeah, I finish things at a pretty, regular pace around here, so don't be too disheartened, I guess. Anyway, I'm dawdling. Let's spin the wheel and we'll see what wins here, shall we? Let's go. Let's go, everybody. Pong the Animation is our victor. I want to say a bunch of stuff even right now, but I'll pause for a second. I'm going to stop the recording here. I'm going to go download that first episode and do a little bit of research on the staff. Bear with me on this one. And we're back a little bit later on now. I've downloaded episode 1 and did a little bit of research on the staff of Pong the Animation. Thoroughly impressed. I think the staff are all awesome. I'll dive into it here in a second. Before that, a little bit of a trip down memory lane. I knew I had it on a very early poll on the channel, so I went back and had a look. There could have even been one before this point, maybe, unless I'm researching incorrectly, but do I have it in the description? No, it'll come up at some point. There we go. Ping Pong. Everybody, Ping Pong on a poll that early. I've been wanting to watch this thing since at least before 2022, September. It's been a long time. For the record, on that poll as well was also Tatami Galaxy, so I don't know what I was doing. That's very redundant. Bad old me. Don't do that. I ended up watching Tatami Galaxy and loving it. Still stands as one of my favorite things that I've done on the channel, I think. And maybe in a little bit more of a selfish way, I kind of wish that I didn't do it then so I could do a better job now, but I watched it. It's great. It's wonderful. I don't know. Maybe you're sitting here and you're like, I don't know what he's talking about. Why is he bringing up Tatami Galaxy? It's all to do with one man. It's to do with Masaki Yuasa here. He is the director, series comp, and script on this. We're again over now with Tatami Galaxy. Again, director on that as well as script. No series comp though, boo. That kind of prompted me to have a look at something as well. Maybe we'll talk into Tatsunoko production here a little bit later on. I always just thought this thing was Science Saru, but they must come a little bit later. I guess Tatami Galaxy is Madhouse, technically. Weird. Getting my history wrong there. Anyway, let's have a look at Yuasa just because we're here. And before diving into the specific stuff, just like, I don't know, you talk to an anime fan, you ask him to name, what, 5 directors? Probably Masaki Yuasa's in there. He's very famous. He's very good. I don't love everything that he's done. Don't love everything. I think that show's okay for the record. Don't love that one, though. I don't really like that one at all. Anyway. But he's great. He's obviously great, and yeah, I'm not going to stand out on an island and disagree with the consensus there. Interesting CV here. Early on it seems to be a lot of Crayon Shin-chan as well as some other things generally aimed at children, Kasumin and whatnot, Vampian kids, sure. Those kind of things. A little bit of Doraemon there as well. Something called Mind Game, which is a film. Never heard of this. Fucking put that on the list. Studio fucking 4 degrees Celsius. They kind of pop off too. Anyway, where I jump in here is Kemonozume, which if I have people I respect, they love the shit out of this. They think that thing's great. I've never seen it, don't know anything about it. It's kind of experimental, is the way I understand it. But sure, that gets the ball rolling. Also gets the relationship there with Madhouse, you would imagine, as well. Something that carries over into Kaiba, another well-acclaimed series, as you can see over there. Another thing that I really want to watch too, I think it'd be super interesting, before once again working with Madhouse on the Tatami Galaxy. And again, it's very good. It's extremely good. It's wonderful. It's one thing that I will query about Ping Pong. Are we going to carry forth that Tatami Galaxy style of dialogue? It's a very, very fast show in that regard, so be interested to see if that carries forth. After that, we have both Kick Heart, which I believe is a short of some kind. Shares a lot of stuff here with this, for the record, before going into Ping Pong the Animation with that Tatsunoko production. After that, we have Night is Short, Walk On Girl. Watched it on the channel as well. Loved it. Thought it was great. A great companion piece there to the Tatami Galaxy. Devilman Crybaby. Haven't seen it. I know that one's Science Saru. I know that's working with Kensuke Ushio again. So lots and lots of good stuff there. Before the aforementioned Eizo-Ken and Japan Sinks 2020. I'm a Japan Sinks 2020 defender. I don't think it's like that bad, I guess. There's the one scene where the kid gets hit in the head. I think that's pretty funny. that one always does the rounds. But at the end of the day, my take on it is basically that it's carried by Ushio and Yuasa. I think that that's like just two absolute titans of their respective crafts that are just very, very good, and they just carry it. Eizo-Ken, I know it has its fans. I just think it's a little bit too navel-gazy. It's a little bit too animation nerdy and doesn't really have that much of a solid story carrying it through for my personal tastes. But I could super understand liking it. Most recently here we have Inu O, which is a film by Science Saru. Again, well acclaimed. I believe it's a period piece. Before whatever the hell a Hinagiku no Jinsei is, director not aired yet. What are you? Got no clue. Doesn't have a lot of information. Those are some very, very interesting pieces of art for it, though. It's a film. There you go. Anyway, I spent a lot of time there with Yuasa. And get to the right page, too. No, back. This one. No, this one. Yes. Because he's doing the series comp script and direction. Like, that's... is Yuasa's baby is Ping Pong the Animation, adapting the manga of one Taiyo Matsumoto here. I was interested to see that this was an adaptation because, like, this normally speaks to some amount of auteur status to the point where you would think that he would have come up with the idea himself. So, again, that manga must have resonated. I think I looked up over here some of the art. Yeah, this looks pretty tight. It's definitely an interesting style to it, you would say, for sure. Very fun in current day to go through this list of episode directors because literally all of them have done lots of other work. Great work, you would say. One that really stumped me here was Hideki Ito. I've been through this page like 2 or 3 times. That name's familiar, and I don't know why. But yeah, obviously, like, the CV's huge. The experience there is crazy. Listen, I was gonna go through, like, all of them here, and now, right now, but I think it's probably worth doing for the specific episodes to tell you who's doing it and what their influences are and whatnot. Because I think there's a lot to grasp within there, you would say. Now, Kensuke Ushio. This used to be a way cooler opinion, like 10 years ago. 10 years ago. You know what I mean. 8 years ago. That call him the best composer working. Now that's basically just common knowledge. It's to the point where I've even missed a bunch of these soundtracks as well. Like, what do you mean he did the music for Dangers in My Heart? I don't know what that is. What the hell? Hey, astute viewers of the channel, we might be watching this very soon. Just a heads up as well. So be ready for the same Kensuke Ushio speech. And look at that, that's random too. Orb. I think I knew that somewhere deep down that he did the music for Orb as well, but that was on the poll as well, or on the wheel, so we could have watched Orb. Oh my god. Oh yes, the currently airing Ikoku Nikki as well, also on the poll. See where this guy's just good? He's very good. If I had to pick personal favorite, like, soundtracks here, like, that's a very obvious one. It's a very famous one. A Silent Voice. Whenever he does work with Naoko Yamada, it's very, very, very good. Very, 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 very good. Very good. Excellently good. Wonderfully good. A little sleeper one is Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. Good movie. Check that one out if you haven't. And yeah, I mean, as much as he does go okay with some of the music for stuff that's a little bit more up-tempo, shonen-y, right? I do prefer the character stuff with him. He just kind of lets moments sit and, like, makes devastating compositions to just kind of complement the scenes. Like, you could literally show me pretty animation and Kensuke Ushio music for days. So excited to see that for sure. There's a couple other interesting names here. Kevin A. Merrick. He's worked on Spider-Verse of all things, I found out in my research. That's a little bit odd. I'm sure there's a ton of people here that will go on to do great work with Science Saru as well after this relationship creation with Masaki Yuasa. Had a quick squiz over here at the voice actors. Do not recognize any of the names off the top of my head, but I could be being dumb. And lastly, just for a bit of fun, a key visual to get a vibe, just something that I'll generally look at for a show before watching it, even without, you know, having this channel where I do that. I haven't really talked about premise, huh? Ping pong. It's about table tennis, everybody. Very, very cool. Now, a film came out last year. It was called Marty Supreme. It was about table tennis as well. I wonder if we'll use it in a similar regard. I don't know. How do I explain? Ping pong's very unassuming. It's very unassuming, but it is also very difficult, and there are people that are devoted to it. Is this going to be another one of those stories, maybe something like March Comes In Like a Lion as well, where it gives you a view into this world of somebody that has a passion about something that isn't outwardly recognized by society as much. Like, again, I bring up Marty Supreme because that's a big part of that film and his drive to be the greatest ping pong player. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a disconnect there and really adds to that character. Like, are we going to play with that at all? Just like the perception of ping pong by the wider public. I don't know, potentially we don't, and it plays it completely straight and there's no kind of layer of irony to it at all. This isn't to take anything away from the people that are very, very good at it and professionals, and it's all very impressive and stuff. It's just why ping pong is the question that comes to mind. Either way, we have characters here. They look... they've all got an interesting design to them, like stylized with the drawing. I think it's going to have Yuasa-esque character stuff where we're going to, you know, play a little bit fast and loose with our with our character boards. Sometimes people are going to stretch and squiggle however they will to display emotion. I think a lot of the identifying character, like, for these characters is going to be through hair. Like, you're the bald guy with the glasses, you're the other bald guy, you've got this swing to the hair, you've got that swing to the hair. That's going to be crucial in identifying who's who. You'd have to imagine our big boy in the middle, that's our main character. This looks like some kind of rival. He's the cool one. He's the Yakuza bad boy type. I don't know about you. You seem very gentle, almost. And just in general, the composition's very good of the poster here. I like how it looks. I've always liked how it looked, even without watching the rest of the show. The font's really nice too. Thumb up. Good picture, guys. You did it. I think that'll about do it for my waffling before even starting the recording, so... Let's try and watch the episode now, shall we? Oh, first and foremost, Patreon. So, I have a Patreon. It is linked in the description below. If you'd like to see episodes 1 week early, they are up there. If you're really into your ping pong, episodes 2 and 3 may potentially be up there right now. As well as that, I'm finishing off Mushi-Shi very soon. After that, I'm doing some movies, so maybe check it out and you might see a movie you might like or something. As well as Musume, a fellow sports show. I don't know. There could be some crossover there between ping pong and Musume. You never know. Either way, it's all down there, linked in the description. Give it a gander. And yeah, very big thank you to my patrons, starting here with Sean, Ace Lightning, AJ, Akomansa, Astivif, Banana Muhammad Damasama, Batero, Brendan M. Gibbons, Brett Jones, Capella, Choberibi, Copley, Cure Dynamic, Dakota, Dapper Dwarf, Diark Lord, Dorke Hyo, Eclipsing, Ed, Eric Algelius, Fancy Question Mark, Free Weekend, Fried Rice, Fruit, Gloriana Tenebrae, Glank, Hans Peter, I. Bailey, Ika, Iria, Jay, Yako Yavanen, Jacob R, Jeff Solis, Joran, Kasogtha, Clem, Lexi, Lick H, Lou, Lupe Ferrugia, Maddock the Doppelganger, Matthew Mortlock, Mickey Babbers, Miru, Mistake Yel Chen, Molly Weinberger, Mr. Maniacs, Nature Without Man, Noah, Parnick, Pencil Sharp 333, Pike, Rex15M, Runlad B&K, St. Lily, Sal, Sam1373, Samuel Guerrero, SGM Janus, Shiny Haxorus, Skeleton, Tentacle Member, Terrence, Tobias Dal Christensen, Waifu Overdose Without a Net, Binshi, Jummy Boo, Kelvin, BD422, Fluffy, Matthew Bradshaw, and Ren. Thank you very much for giving me money. I enjoy the money. Ping pong. It's a sports show. We're going to be watching people compete. That's about all I know. It's called Ping Pong the Animation. What else do you want? I'm expecting Yuasa direction. I'm expecting greatness, basically. Like, a lot of people upon the end of the 2010s put this right up there with their favorite shows. I've seen a lot of people call it the best show of the 2010s. Like, smart people. People that are switched on, that watch a lot of things. So, I'm really looking forward to it, man. I don't know what else to say. So, without any further ado, let's watch it. Episode 1 of Ping Pong the Animation coming right up. And there we have it. Episode 1 of Ping Pong the Animation up there ready to go. I think it's probably best if I jump over here for a second. So, like I do when I start a new thing, I try to get the best subs possible. So, I went to CDEX and I checked, and they said this thing called Vodez, so I downloaded that one. But in my travels, I've also learned that that is just Commie. So, Commie subs should work, or SCY Commie, I don't know what the distinction is there, but sure. If you go to Nya, it's like the second one. At the moment, basically. It does default to German, so I'm gonna need to watch that. I might get caught out by this German thing once or twice, but shit happens, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, get that version if you would like to sync up with this version, I guess. If not, there's a picture-in-picture in the description below for your viewing pleasure regardless. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. Huh? Ultraman? This is like an ad, right? What? Why are you called Smile then? Smile and Pecco. What is his hair? Okay, seems like a ping pong club at high school. Oh shit, there's plenty of stuff there. Style Chopper? Yeah, do you guys like animation? Okay. Getting recognized a little bit. 2 up-and-comers. I say. Hoshino? Pecco. They're throwing you right in the deep end, huh? This guy's great. Oh, I see. Better than us. He's got a lot of perspective. Table tennis hole? Pecco. Gotcha. San. Pecco-san. Offensive close to the table. Opening? This is fucking mental. I'm just talking like pace. What was that thing at the very start? The robot. Also, holy fuck. What even kind of music is this? I mean, I know it's like rock and roll, but what would you call it? It's a little bit beachy. Surfy. Cool, so we got like 2 first years coming into the club, basically, and shaking things up. And that Peko seems like a bit of a troublemaker. Where Smile is very reserved, but skillful. Does feel very naturalistic so far in the same way that Tatami Galaxy was. Just trusts you to be paying attention. Gamer? Hard R. Oh, he's... Okay, he's nice. What was it, 1,000 yen per game? Techie. Want to go to that school? We had bigger dreams, did we? That's sick. Love the stuff on the hand there. I don't like them. So true. Yeah, get absolutely tossed. Okay, dude. Yeah. How about you get there first, Peko? He's very detached. A little bit. He's not a barrel of laughs. Okay, long-time friends. That's actually really funny. Okay. Smiling makes you tired. He is a little bit precious. Okay, Pekko. Look at your head, man. Gets testy in here, man. Well, you're right. That was condensed milk? He just had like 5 tablespoons of sugar. Type of B. Hello, everybody. Okay, we're against each other here, just a little. Well, he's up against, yeah, Pekko. I like the teacher a lot. I don't think he's under the weather. Music's good. Good exposition. Just makes sense. True. Tournament. Always someone better than you. Wait, they've gone missing. Running laps. In goddamn ping pong club. Oh yeah, look at the uniforms, man. What an inane conversation. They're very funny together. I like these two, man. He looks super Chinese. You got that. I don't think he said that. This language barrier stuff's really fun. Oh, that's cool. Just walk straight in. No, 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 it's you. Is that a faux pas to touch somebody else's stick? Always so logical. They got all the gear, no idea. Oh, okay. Little game. What's the bet he's gonna see them? Holy shit, these shots, man. I was gonna shout at the one before when they zoomed out from like the courtyard up to the roof there. It's still going? And the sound, dude. Oh, you can fuck it. Yeah, dude. A 3D there cools too. Yeah, for sure. Interesting. Well, again, our club coordinator person. Yeah, we're getting close, eh? Yeah, that guy. He had the same theory, basically. Smile's holding himself back. Or skip laps anyway. Also, Yamada, the captain, he's great. He's very funny. Also, yeah, that title card was cool too. Wind makes it too hard to hear. China. Pekko does not understand. This will be interesting, actually. How are you going to respond to this? Holy fuck, the animation, man. Bold him. He's got all the moves, man. Smells a little bit like, Big Fish, Small Pond, maybe. Oh, sick. How fucking cool. Yeah, because this guy, he's not even, like, their top team, you know? And he's just, like, dumpstering you. He's fighting with a lot of, or playing with a lot of, anger right now. So dramatic. Skonku. Whoa, shit. Okay, so he's interested. Will they be going to this inter-high tournament? Music Man, again. Oh, that's the intro. That was very good. It was excellent, excellent. It'd be mean to say finally some good fucking food. Because I watch very good things on the channel all the time. But like, compared to your average show, holy fuck. If this came out right now as like a first episode, it would have been one of the better first episodes I've seen of anything. Like, past 5 years. Maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but like, it's fucking ping pong, man. I can't wait to talk about it more because obviously I was trying to grasp the story there a lot. A big part of this show for me will be like breaking it down scene by scene and like what's cool like production and what's cool story wise, because I think both are operating at like full cylinder right now. You know, they're just like. I guess the thing that's grabbing me the most early. I really love the dynamic between Peko and Smile. They're both kind of each other's foil in a cool way. And yeah, we'll leave it there for tonight, but very, very excited to be talking about that at some length tomorrow. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. And we're back. That was the first episode of Pong the Animation, and needless to say, I was impressed. I thought it was very, very good. In a lot of ways, starting very slow, but in a lot of ways establishing a lot of things that are going to continue and be plot relevant into the future, into the rest of whatever we have going on. It does seem to me that we're building up to some kind of tournament whereby we'll get to pay off on a lot of this Smile stuff. If I was to take the big story takeaway right now is that Smile seemingly has it. He's got the thing, he's got the source, he's good at this, but he is holding himself back for reasons. So that seems like a tournament is a great setting to explore that and see what's going on. I think what is equally interesting is how Peko will react to learning how good Smile really is. And even how he'll react in the wake of, what happened to him from, the China guy, Con Wanga, we're going to say. Like, how will Peko react to that? It'd be interesting. We'll see. Because it's all good and well that you beat up on these guys at, like, the ping pong club in your, like, one town within your, like, suburb, and you beat all these guys. But when it gets to serious business, when you come up against somebody with real actual talent, which even then he's not on the big bad boy team, apparently, for whatever reason, like, you crumbled. How are you going to respond, I guess? Stepping out of the plot for a second, it is very clearly a Masaki Yuasa show. We'll get into that in great detail during the rewatch here. But yeah, carrying on this thing that he generally does, which is less of a focus on overt character facial animation stuff and more of a focus on overall movement, interesting angles, exaggerations, all that kind of stuff. Like, it's very clear that we have a directorial style at play here, even if the episodic directors are not all Masaki Yuasa. There still is an overarching, like, planning thing here. This is what we want the show to look like. Do with that what you will, I guess. Interestingly enough, we have two directors listed here on ANN, Hideki Ito and Takehiro Kubota. Kubota first, because his is a little bit shorter, albeit I did hear good things about My Happy Marriage. Also, episode directing 4 episodes on ID Invaded, which I heard was quite good as well. I watched the first episode and kind of fell off of it, but apparently it's good, sure. And yeah, seeing review Starlight anywhere for anybody is a great credit, like, obviously. Next up here, Hideki Ito, and as you can see there, very long list. I've kind of got director as my find query. I don't know if that came out right, but, it's a good thing to separate what he has done substantial work on, I guess. Couple of good ones here, Eccentric Family, as well as Ergo Proxy. Good, well-acclaimed shows. Some work on Legend of the Galactic Heroes. That's another great credit, too. Directing Season 7 of Natsume Yujincho. Sure. As well as the film there. 7 Deadly Sins, everybody. 7 Deadly... less so. Soul Eater's cool, though. We'll take Soul Eater. Yeah, Tokyo Magnitude 8. There's some good stuff here. As I always say, pretty eclectic. Can't really... It'll be a little bit fun later on to maybe look at trends of, once we get a baseline for an episode maybe, and like look at, okay, how is the director putting their spin on this? For right now, we need to create that baseline, I guess, with episode 1. So yeah, we can't really be too flashy too quickly, but yeah, let me get the episode up here and we'll talk about it a little bit more even. Now, this may be a weird thing to say as well. I'm surprised how much Tatami Galaxy I am getting off of this. So obvious animation and art style stuff aside, because that most certainly is there, more it's just like a pace of dialogue. Like, this still has that fast conversational pace, that performance style, which is not very performative. It doesn't feel like many other anime. Conversations feel natural, the characters feel natural within them. It's all casted very well. Nobody feels like a caricature or anything yet. Another thing it's easy to compare it to at the moment, just because I'm reacting to both of them, is Musume. Like, we're both kind of sports shows in a way. Obviously, Musume is also a gacha game and has a lot of characters that kind of have their thing that they do. It's less so here. Everybody seems a little bit more, like, again, fully formed. But again, there's also less characters, and I've seen like 20 minutes of it. I would say that Peko also reminds me of the character of Ozu a little bit. Just this kind of real scheming type, little rat boy. Mischievous, a little bit of a trickster, and it's fun to see, Peko actually get some comeuppance here, as opposed to Ozu, who really kind of doesn't most of the runtime of Tatami Galaxy. And then you get your pairings, right? Because obviously in Tatami Galaxy, did the main character have a name, or was it just kind of the protagonist? I didn't think he had a name. Anyway, it's like the main character of Tatami Galaxy and Ozu. Yeah, that's one duo, that's one dynamic. Here we've kind of got a very different thing. So if you have one character that's kind of like Ozu, What if the main character of Tatami Galaxy was also really closed off, as opposed to a little bit full of himself and a bit of a chip on his shoulder and thinks he's very smart? What if he was low on self-confidence instead, I guess? Which, I mean, spoilers for Tatami Galaxy, that's kind of the thing there, is that a lot of it is bravado. He's actually quite weak and, you know, insecure deep down. There's a lot of that episode 10 stuff in there for sure. Get the feeling we'll be going back and looking at some, you know, origins there, backstory stuff, family stuff to inform why Smile is the way he is. And I guess that's enough talking in broad strokes. I'm going to go back through here, of course, and talk about what I can talk about, but once again, promising start, very much so. I'm now also reminded of the very, very start of this episode, the robot stuff, right? Let me get to the end of it first, then I'll talk about what I think it is. Call me when you're in a pinch. Chant this 3 times in your mind. Enter the hero, enter the hero, enter the hero. If you do that, come to you? Is that what that said? If you do that, I will come to you. And then we have this symbol on the belt buckle, and he also grows wings. Okay, before flying off in front of the moon. So, a couple of things. Let's get to this, like, moonshot, basically. Yeah, 1. We see Smile playing video games a lot. I think he mentions this robot guy by name. We'll get to that scene a little bit later. That's clearly what this is, I would think. 2, his name is Skimoto, which Ski is also moon, so there's some fun stuff happening there already, imagery-wise, along with his name. The robot there reminds me of something of like an Ultraman, something tokusatsu adjacent, you would say, right? Even with the wing stuff going on, maybe a little bit fully cooly even with Kanti-sama. That's a fun pull maybe too. Okay, all the way back. Why is he seeing this now? I think that he is just generally interested in this stuff, and it kind of plays in his head a lot, that being Smile. Maybe he needs a hero right now. Maybe he can't envision himself needing a hero. Maybe he envisions somebody needing to come and save him. Maybe in the past there has been a scenario whereby somebody needed to come in and save him. Maybe physically, maybe emotionally. It's hard to say here at this juncture. This is a really, really interesting way to start your show, man. Because then, I mean, it's this shot, if VLC wants to behave, right? Cool. VLC, please. Thank you. It's like we're seeing behind the veneer. Like, the glasses are a shield, obviously, and we're kind of seeing inside his own head before zooming out and, you know, seeing reality, seeing what life really is like for Smile. Like, that robot stuff playing in my head, it can't come out. There is a barrier there right now that is stopping that. Maybe that barrier will cease with time. Just cheating and checking very quickly. I don't see any glasses there, right? And that's probably Smile, you would imagine. I don't know, it's tough to say. Once again, very, very early. And then we're with a group of other first years in the ping pong club at this particular high school. Smile is separating himself. These knuckleheads are having a laugh about whatever you would laugh about as a, 16-year-old boy. Something that he's fly being undone. Smile isn't personable. Smile is a little bit of an outcast. Smile only really associates with Peko, as we see later. But it's not a bullying situation per se as well. It's not like he's been ostracized. It's like he's chosen it. Also, they don't seem to mind him either being his own thing. They seem to respect his prowess as a pretty good player as well. I just think it'd be a little bit on the nose and a little bit maybe shonen-y, juvenile to have a bullying plot. So I'm happy we're not doing that, at least right now. More and more stuff to like here as this scene continues. One, on the character level, a lot of setup for this right now unknown character of Peko. He's trouble. You're the only one that can control him. A lot of groundwork done early here. Peko is the reason why we're in this current situation. Then we have Ota, I believe his name is. He is a senior and is also mad at both Peko and Smile for being better at ping pong than he is. All of this is done in 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Very well done, very efficient. Once again, some great angle stuff here, like where the camera is placed. It's very dark, dingy. It's very much like we've been segregated as the first years into this location. It's very much like, I don't know, locker room between a sporting event or something, right? Halftime almost. Noticeably, we have Smile here closest to the door, closest to the light, and within touching distance of the seniors, probably something that they don't like very much. These guys may be happy to take 5. Smile eager to get back out there. Here we see it, Skimoto Makoto, or parentheses Smile. He has a right shake hand grip. His racket is pips in rubber on both sides, and his style is chopper. Now, I'm not really sure what chopper entails, but it's something that we have that Kon Wenge picks up later on when he's kind of listening in, kind of the episode's namesake there, the wind blocking the sound or whatever. So I'm guessing this is pretty unique or something identifiable for somebody in the know as, you know, his specialty. I'm guessing the chopping stuff here is him kind of like chopping at it. You'll see here, like that. See how he's coming at the ball like perpendicular, like you would chop down a tree or something, right? Like he puts a lot of spin on the ball, you would imagine. Can you tell I'm not like a big ping pong expert, but I'm trying. And just some really snazzy directorial work here. Love that. Split frame, split frame, split, 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 diagonal. Like it perfectly demonstrates to me somebody that is locked in and skillful, which transitions well into the next scene. Okay, we've now seen evidence, very quick and efficient, well-directed evidence of the point of this scene with the coach. We are introduced to two characters here, Captain Yamada and the coach, who I believe has a name as well that I'll try to pick up later on. He remarks, has that chopper with the glasses always been on our team? It seems that today, the coach has noticed smile for the first time. Koizumi-sensei, sure. Koizumi-sensei early on here fascinates me. He is both simultaneously, what would you say, nonchalant, non-interested in his own club, especially comparatively to the captain over here, but also has that kind of special sauce that he can like pick up talent, basically. He has a good eye for this sport. He has it, whatever it is, I guess. I don't know, it's not uncommon to see this in mentor-type characters. I wonder if you'll have a greater role as the show continues. I would almost guarantee it, based on how you've been set up. Like, you've got a special something, a special way with the sport. I bring this all up because what do you mean you've been the coach the entire time and you're only now noticing two first-year players that are really quite good, one of which is Peko, who is the star player. We are shocked to hear that he is skipping practice, but Yamada is like, what do you... Like, that's normal. That's what he does all the time. And then coach is like, oh, can we cut him? And he's like, no, we can't cut him. He's a star player, damn it. Like, point being, this should all be stuff you should know as the coach, right? Like, it's your job, you would think. So less detail-oriented, more vibes is, I guess, my vibe from him early on. Yeah, early on here, loving a split frame. It's one of a... We even shrink down the bottom part there, like it looks like a Photoshop effect almost. Like, that's crazy looking. This is probably to speak to the sound design of the show as well. There was a particular... I don't know what you would say, rattle of the ball. Coach heard that. He nodded his head appreciatively. It seems that, again, he knows ball, and that's good ball. And we hear from Yamada there that Hoshino is even better than that. Well, that's unbelievable. If I'm hearing such quality here from Tsukimoto, how is Hoshino better than that? As we find by the end of the episode, that's probably untrue. We just have you holding yourself back for whatever reason. You could say that these scenes here are exposition with a little bit of a wink and a nod to the audience. Like Yuasa's a writer here, he knows how obvious this all is, right? Like, how overt it is and how much it is just telling the audience what the go is, what the current state of play is. I kind of like how brash and bold it is. Like, you have one character here ask another, what's the go over there? And then he's just very much like, that's what the go is over there. Like, it's almost sledgehammer obvious to a point of irony, which is, I think, appealing to me. It's tickling me quite well. It's something about Yamada's nonchalantness, too. He's just continually writing on the whiteboard and telling you what you need to hear. In particular here, the context is about Ota. He is mad because he's not a starter now that Hoshino and Tsukimoto are here. I think Ota, as well as Peko here, are great examples of what I mean with Yuasa character design sometimes. We go for something a little bit flamboyant, especially imposing sometimes as well. There was some stuff back here when we were first walking in, which I really liked. Yeah, the hands on the hips here and the very high shorts. It just really paints a picture of somebody that's really uptight and also not meant to be taken seriously. I'm bearing the lead here as well. It's the hair. The hair is utter nonsense. But what I mean to say is, if we're sacrificing photorealism, even you know, proper costuming at some points too. You got to make your characters recognizable in other ways. I think we accomplished that well here. Reminds me of Tatami Galaxy. Again, everybody's almost got their own geometric shape in that show. Like, people are very round or kind of rectangular or triangular and stuff in that. It's there's some character design there for sure. Not to be overtly crass as well, we've even got some, you would almost say, simian type features on on the teacher here. Something about maybe the camera where it is and how we've drawn his face is maybe alluding to that too. It fits for me in a character that is a little bit more fun, maybe. A little bit less uptight. Either way, we then cut to Peko. He is in, I don't know, the ping pong local gym, I don't know what you would call it, and he is skipping club and he is picking fights with anybody that comes in, basically, like egoing them and trying to get them to bet on it and make some money. It gives a couple of things. One, he's very enterprising, Peko. He's always looking for a leg up. He's very resourceful in that way. That's a very positive spin on it. He may also just be kind of a scumbag, but that's okay, we like a scumbag. And two, which I think is most pertinent for what happens later, he doesn't take practice very seriously. He already thinks he's very, very good, to the point where I should be making money off of this. Like, he skips club. There's nothing I can learn at club. Why should I need to go there? This is consistent with him talking shit later in the episode as well to the rest of the club. Like, he doesn't hold them in very high regard. Ping pong is also a way to respect for Peko. I'm known as Peko around here, but you will call me Peko-san if I beat you. The wage is not just about money, it's about status in this place almost. Another one of, you would call it Peko's desires, his wants early on in the narrative. He wants to be known and respected by his peers, maybe even people older than him. We have all the stuff here again for Hoshino Yutaka, which is Peko. I guess the contrast here is that his style is offensive, close to the table, as opposed to Smile's chopping. If you wanted to infer, you know, their general personality from their style, that's probably pretty apt as well. Just in general in conversation, you're offensive and you're very close, you're a very easy book to read, you're very energetic, you say what you mean, you don't hide your desires, all that kind of stuff. As opposed, of course, to Smile, who is a little bit more reserved, a chopper further away from the table, maybe trying to deflect, trying to spin things away. Maybe I'm trying too hard too early. We'll see how it comes out in the wash. Now, opening is very good, obviously, but from like a craft perspective more than anything else. So I didn't see anything super crazy going on that would inform characters later. Maybe again I need to rewatch it, but we can do lyrics quickly, why not? A new age has dawned, and I still can't make a decision. My path is too straight for my tastes, but I'll walk it. I can't choose just yet, I have to think about it. I have no idea what I want to do. I'm going crazy. Comparing yourself to others just makes you depressed. I'm alone in this world, I'm always alone here. Still, I'm going to do it. Maybe there's nothing that only I can do. But there's no way that I won't try to leave my mark. I just want to have my fun, whatever the times. Now, instrumentally there, it's a bit more of like a rock thing. It's pretty out there, it's high energy, it's high pace. I found one particular point interesting. It's with this chorus hits, it's like I am alone in this world, basically, and we have both these two walking out together as a duo in tandem. Like, that doesn't track to me. What do you mean you're alone? No, you're not. Also, it's a little bit incongruous with the way it's sung as well. There's like a chorus of people saying that I am alone in the world. There's a bit of irony there too, right? But yeah, broadly inspirational of the lyrics. Things are fucked. I'm not sure where I am. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. I'm not sure if this path is right for me. I feel all alone, but I'm still gonna give it a go. Also, yeah, this last cut here of Peko is just absolutely disgusting. Interesting background stuff, though. Bubblegum there, too. Maybe for later. Maybe a next week job. After club, we have Smile on the way home, on the train, all alone. We notice that he is gaming. Crucial aspect to his character. I think he will go and catch up with Peko here in about a moment. Did I say we loved a split frame? Anyway. I guess when you have a sport that is direct competition between two people, it's a pretty natural thing to do. Once again, exaggerations here, looking downright Neanderthal in some of the head structure here. Very cool. And yeah, Pecco's a bit of a smartass. He's hitting like behind the back shots between the legs. He's toying with him. He's playing with him, you know. The action is very unique. It is a little bit disorientating, but I also think that's kind of the point. It almost looks like you're looking at it through glass or something. You know, I'm like watching this already through, like it's already been put through a filter that is reducing like fidelity somehow. Like people are a little bit wobbly too. I'm talking about like that real like kind of thick, almost like stained glass. And you're just kind of seeing figures kind of move through it. It's of course very unique. It's a Yuasa kind of trademark. Oh, that's interesting. Smile you don't drop by often, but he came here today. But clearly a pre-established relationship here between the old lady that runs this ping pong corner and Smile himself. I was thinking that you guys were like regulars here or something. It seems that Pecco is, but maybe not so much Smile. But I think we do bring up that this is where we originally met. Like we met through ping pong. Maybe he hasn't been around lately, in a way, since he's been doing club. She asks the question here if he enjoys club. He says not really. I believe this is a pretty genuine answer. It seems that while he's there, he's just kind of going through the motions. There's not really much there at the moment that is lighting a fire within him, that is inspiring him. That doesn't even seem to have really started here by the end of episode 1. Not in like a big way, you would say, but it does seem to be where we're going. Maybe looking for your own rose-colored life in a way, right? Something to light up the monochrome. Maybe less direct than that. She also disapproves of this school in general. I wanted you to go to a better school, potentially that had a better ping pong program and had more avenues for you. Once again, it just seems that you're very bored with the current competition within the club. You need a bigger pond to potentially spread your wings within. Mixed my metaphors up there a little bit, but you get what I mean. The better the competition, the more we'll see Smile grow. Which is interesting, because at the end of the episode, he still denies that opportunity. He doesn't want to test himself yet. What's going to be the driving force behind that? Smile here is just like me, denying an opportunity to coach some kids for the ping pong corner here as well. I never know what the kids are going to do, and I don't like them. I'm with you, buddy. I'm not a big kid guy. I'll leave that for everybody else. Sure. But once again, denying an opportunity to potentially branch out and learn a new skill and do some more stuff with ping pong and use that talent of mine. No, not really. You just, at every opportunity, you just want to default back to what you were already doing. There may be something to that as well. Pecco here in this scene is acting very childish, very brash and boasting and overconfident and not very respectful, not very adult, you would say. So him saying that, you know, he doesn't like kids and he doesn't know what they're going to do, like, maybe he's speaking through his teeth about his little friend here. Because again, they're buds, right? They hang out together and stuff. But it doesn't seem like they're fucking soulmates. It seems that they're very incompatible from the outside looking in. So maybe you do harbour some resentment for your dear friend Pecco here. If Pecco couldn't be any more on the nose, he says that hard work is for chumps with no talent. What happens if you put the talent and the hard work together? You probably get somebody like Conwenge at the end of the episode. Yeah, even more evidence for what I was talking about before. He says, or Pecco says, that he's going to go to Europe and bring this place some renown. That's, you know, noble goal in that. But it is the same thing that snotty-nosed kids say. At that same point, you also see Smile leaving the room. So maybe he's had enough of that as well. He doesn't like kids, remember? And yeah, I mean, Pecco gets his comeuppance by the end of the episode. He gets put in his place, absolutely dumpstered by a player that's actually very, very damn good. Smile also tells Pecco here to come to club tomorrow, not because I want you there specifically, but more because they asked me to ask you. It's more my duty than me exerting my opinion, I guess. To which the old lady comments, it must be exhausting to live like that. I'm with you. I'm with you, for sure. Now, I feel like I'm absorbed in the story a lot here, but it is. This is another fantastic angle. I loved this one at the door, too. Like, that's just good stuff. Look at the perspective on the table there, man. Just, I don't know, man. You see a lot of anime to this point where it's like, anything kind of unconventional is just interesting to me. Like, I'm not even sure why they're doing this, but they did it. And it looks cool. Like, I don't know. every moment is interesting because they are doing something a little bit wonky like this, you know? And I like this to round out the scene as well. Remember Peko earlier about calling him, you know, Peko-san. If I beat you, like, respect's very important to him. He makes sure that they call him Smile-san as well. You have a respect for Smile. Whatever happened in the past that made you two connect, it's something that drew you towards him. Like, you hold him in high regard for whatever reason. Even though, again, like, you beat him all the time. And seemingly that's, like, you don't respect people that you beat, basically. So what happened? Like, that's my question. Like, what connects these two? Why do you respect Smile and don't respect anybody else? And kind of like a shitty bloke to everybody else, you know? He's my good friend? Why? Why? It is the next day, we're back into club. We have Author over here, like, basically asking Smile why he doesn't smile. He gives a very good non-answer here, which is basically, it takes a lot of energy. Like, I don't, you're not Psyche K, buddy. You're not fooling me. It feels like a little bit of a crutch for mine. You're not like some energy conservationist Hyoka motherfucker. Like, that's not, I'm not buying that. Like, you were a certain way in the past, and something has caused you to now be this way, and to constantly take these decisions, as opposed to putting yourself out there, you know? But as we learnt before, the seniors don't really like him very much, right? They're basically bullying him to the point where we want him to laugh. Are you making fun of us? Please emote for us. It feels like you're belittling us. We're kind of trying to take our, you know, comeuppance, basically. You guys stole our spots. Let's try and haze you. Very, very quick to the aid is Peko. Another one, like, where it's like, okay, well, I noticed that Smile was getting picked on. I'm now going to take the brunt of it. Like, that's what it reads like to me, basically. It's like, you saw that something bad was happening to him, I'm going to slide in and take the fire. You've got a lot of respect for him. Like, I can tell that. Or you just enjoy talking shit, which is also probably true. Did I mention that, Peko is childish? He's literally eating condensed milk. You shouldn't do that. You will get diabetes. Look up some of the macros on condensed milk, man. You shouldn't be eating it by the tube. Are you okay? And interesting, you did make your opinion known there. You did tell him to stop doing that. Shows a level of, you know, comfort with each other, and you know, we can tell each other these kind of things. Or maybe it's just so ridiculous that you did have to say something. I don't know, he's very good at keeping his opinion to himself otherwise. So then we have Peko suggesting that we ditch this school, at least for now, and do some scouting over at Sujido Academy, as they are getting a Shanghai Junior League player as an exchange student. Let's go check out that competition, do some scouting, do some spying. Question, chat room, what does a type B mean? Peko here says that Smile is very much a type B, because he doesn't see the need in going to spy on the competition. Peko then brings up the fact that, well, he's from China. If he was one of the first in his province in China, that means he's better than most other national teams out there, because China is like the ping pong country. Let's go see what he's about. Like, you're very gung-ho about it. You want to fight the best, you want to see the best, you want to be wowed, you want to be impressed. But you're like, oh, Betsuni, I couldn't care less, basically. Author is very fun to watch here, because Koizumi comes in, gets them all to start practicing again, and these first years comment that, wow, you know, Hoshino and Tsukimoto-kun over there, they're all very good. Even Hoshino has him under the pump at the moment. Of course, complimenting those two first years that you don't like, immediately just tells them to shut up. It's very funny to me. But, chat room, does Hoshino really have him under the pump? Is Peko really giving him what's for? We have two characters in the show thus far that basically confirm that that isn't the case. You're giving me like wise old sage. I choose to believe what you say, Koizumi-sensei, as well as again the expert opinion of Kong Wenge in the second half of the episode. Both can see that Smile, that Tsukimoto, is holding back. Yamada has noticed as well, the captain. He says, oh, okay, you think that Tsukimoto looks worse today? It's because he's playing Hoshino. He always goes easy against him. This is where that soundtrack really steps forward in the mix a lot more and makes itself more known. It's a it's pretty classic Kensuke Ushio stuff, but it sounds really good. It complements the scene well. It's just very good at bolstering dialogue and making it seem very significant, which again, this seems to be the crux of the show thus far, as why is he doing this? So it is important. It should be propped up. And much like early in the episode as well, it's a great opportunity to do some really overt exposition. Like, hey, you know that table tennis hall called Tamura? Both of, Smile and Peko got their starts there. Okay, that smells of a flashback. That absolutely reeks of it, I swear. Like, we'll see what happened and what made the status quo the way it is. Soon, even, I'll say. Once again, some sage advice from our sensei here. No man's so good, but another may be so good as he. Now, he says this in English, but this is almost like giving me Chinese proverb, which could be a little bit of foreshadowing. Basically, what he means here is that there's always somebody better. This is true pretty much in perpetuity. Even if you are the best in the world, I don't know many people that are the best in the world to the day they die. There's going to be somebody better eventually. You got to learn to lose and learn to figure out how to cope with losing and learn from it. It's almost like you've seen the rest of the episode. That big fish may come around very, very soon and show Peko where he really stands. As they threatened to do earlier, we now learn that Smile and Peko have gone off to Sujiyo? Or something like that. The other school, to check on the Chinese guy. Much to Ota's disgust, leading to the rest of the first years running laps. Sucks to be the rest of these first years, based on the rest of the episode. They're really getting... they're getting tossed around. So are these the school uniforms for that other school, or are those your actual school uniforms? What were you wearing when you came in here? No, it seems like the same uniform, okay. I was wondering if they got like spy uniforms or something. That's probably a little bit too intense though. So, posing, everybody. Posing gives character. Relaxed, nonchalant, self-confident, participating in confectionery eating or something. I don't know. He's blowing bubble gum. Very carefree. Green shoes, probably out of uniform, doesn't give a fuck, basically. But you know what you look like? You know the Virgin versus Chad meme? You look like the Virgin. You're not having a good time, basically. He's just over here slouched, slumped over, legs shoulder width apart, playing his little game. Not focused on anything that you're doing. That is how we build character, ladies and gentlemen. They're both foils for one another in a very, very cool way. So throughout the rest of the episode, I would say that... Peko seems, pretty into Smile. Like, he thinks he's his good friend and stuff, sticks up for him and stuff. Except for this one part, I have so much fun with you. See, he gets, pissed when, he's not focused on you in conversation or giving you any time of day. He's just giving one-word answers as he's playing his game. He doesn't seem interested in anything that you're saying. Now, granted, go back through it. It was inane what he was saying. It's just small talk for the sake of small talk, basically. Like, what did you want him to? It's not a great conversation. But point being, there is a little bit of frustration here. Maybe, again, you don't connect socially as well as I'd like you to, or something. You're very much in your own world. Now, this is a really fun line, too. Peko asks, is it this next stop? And Smile just replies, the one after. I bring it up because it's also... the last line of the episode, basically. Next stop, no, the one after, as they're going in the other direction later on that afternoon. Now, for me, I see this overall as their, skill level in ping pong, almost. Or something akin to that. It's not exactly one-to-one, but it's kind of the same. Like, Peko thinks, okay, our stopping point for our skill level, almost, is the next stop. There isn't anything beyond the next stop. It must be the next stop. Where it seems that Smile is a little bit more aware of his own shortcomings and whatever else, and knows that the actual proper stop is the stop after. There is still more to go, more than you think. Whatever you think is the expectation, Peko, go one more beyond that, is kind of what we're trying to say there. Peko may be underestimating the amount of work that he needs to put into this thing to get a result. He may also be a little bit impatient, which is another very childish aspect of him. Definitely, again, one of his defining character features is his childishness, you would say. He's even kind of small, right? Like, he's pathetic a little bit. He's shorter. He's got, a very childish kind of bowl haircut, too. Alright, I kind of need to speed up here a little bit. I've been very slow through this, and I don't know, you kind of get it from here, I guess. So we have Con Wenger here, who has a name that is in Mandarin, and I'm way more confident in my Japanese than my Mandarin, so apologies there. His style is a counter driver, so like he feels like he's very mirror move kind of guy. He'll kind of take how good you are and just do that a little bit better. Immature players maybe fall for a counter striker a little bit more, like go all out, and that's kind of playing to their advantage. But yeah, I mean, he's from China. He is lamenting the fact that he's come here. He's treating everybody with disrespect, which is very funny. There's some really funny dialogue through the language barrier, how he's basically calling them shit and they don't understand, which is fun. I don't know, between kind of Con Wenger here and Peko, they're both shit talkers, but there's a difference, right? Like, you're a much more adult shit talker, where again, he just looks like a snotty kid to me. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. He's just like talking shit, and we have like the translator guy just nicing it up for us. Good stuff. Get an interesting bit of context there, though. Sujio? What's this fucking joint called again? Sujido Academy, of course. King of the East, but has been getting weaker every year. Thus, we're happy to have somebody that is this good. He's looking at them and basically being like, they're fucking atrocious. It looks like old people are, you know, doing an aerobics class or something. It's it's not what I'm looking for, basically. Some more super cool direction stuff here, though. So we have Con putting down his paddle here, you would say, onto the table right there, leaving that at that same point. Peko reaching forward, almost grabbing the frame there. So I love that transition, because later on we'll see him grab that paddle. So it's almost like, okay, I'm passing this to you, like within the scene. I'm like passing the baton of like the episode to you, so you can continue on. But then I love you grabbing like the frame here, which is also you grabbing Smile as he's just kind of walking in, which is also kind of you grabbing onto this fence almost, which is like the physical barrier of that separation. Like, there's so much cool shit going on there, man. Like, that's fucking awesome. Like, look at that. It's like he's literally like pulling him up in the framing. That's awesome. Now, this is a little bit of a reverse here, though. Peko here is the one that shows trepidation about walking straight into the school, where I don't know, Smile just walks straight in, doesn't give a fuck, which is, I guess, consistent. If smiling is too much work, then maybe worrying about stuff like this is too, I guess. We'll take that. I bring this up because I also love this transition here. Like, that just looks sick. It's relatively simple, too. You've just, you know, cut this part out and brought it, you know, much closer. It's almost very like pop-up book. Our two main characters here now wander into the gym and get a good look at Con Wenger's stuff, including his Chinese sticky rubber paws. Now again, I'm not a ping pong guy. I don't know what all this is about. Sue me. But they're impressed at the tech, I guess, and decide that it's a good opportunity to have a little rally between the two of them. Even if I think it is obviously going to change a lot, I like the dynamic here early. You're like, oh, maybe the Chinese exchange student came in and killed them all with his kung fu. It's like they're probably just out running. Like, I love how you shut him down ever so. Like, you don't entertain any of this, like, childish, farcical stuff that you have going on. You're just like, get it away from me. I find that very funny. Like, to me, there's no animosity there, though. You're not tired of it. It's just the way you are. I don't know. It's endearing to me. I really do like Smile. Did I say the fucking transitions were cool, too? Because we go from here, where they're going to have a little play around, where we then pop out of there. He was already kind of taking off his jacket there too, and like go all the way back outside, where like the sound hits the wind, and we start to hear it. It's very pronounced in the audio mix, before it wiggles down and finds its way to the ear of Con Wenger. It gets him interested. It's the first time he has been interested since he's landed in the country. Those two sound like they're actually pretty good. Particularly noting that that's a good chopper. Hello, chopper. Smile's the one that we should watch here. He's the one that immediately sounds good to the ear. To me, this feels a lot like Coach Koizumi, right? Like, it's more vibes, and like there's something like almost kind of like spiritual about ping pong that they pick up. Right? If you have the sauce, you can do this, basically. That's kind of what I'm seeing in the show. And that's where we do it. The chopper is losing on purpose. That's the conclusion that we come through here. You know, that the hitter, the guy on the other side, Peko, he's dictating play, but it feels like the other guy's way more classy. Why is he sandbagging? What's going on? And yeah, just while we're here, because I was interested in it too, we have Yosei Bon? I'm gonna say? I don't know. He's the voice of Kon here. He doesn't have many other credits in anime. I thought that his Mandarin sounded quite good. That's because, yeah, again, he's native. Love a late title card here, folks. He wants to go and have a look as the wind makes it too hard to hear all the intricacies of the match going on. So again, this is a great, like, first episode title, basically. It's like, okay, you've hooked me. I'm interested. I want to have a closer look as how far away I am right now, it's too hard to hear what's going on. Now, wind makes me think of our wings metaphor from earlier on with the robot with the wings too. So if the wind is too turbulent to make you hear, it's also too turbulent to make you fly as of right now. So, I don't know, I'm seeing something like, you know, Smile gets his wings through ping pong or something and really finds his way in the world. Like, I'm seeing that as a big picture thing going on. So I'm trying to connect it as best I can. Now I'm just seeing it everywhere. Look at these two birds flying in the sky whilst the rest of the club back at the school is just doing laps on the ground. Is that not our two main characters, maybe? Probably. Once again, loving Captain Yamada. Such a small character, but his matter-of-factness really cracks me up. Coach doesn't seem too mad at at our two main characters skipping here. Maybe to be a good learning opportunity, as you said before. You know, nobody wins forever. There's always a bigger fish. Maybe this is a good opportunity for that big fish to catch something. Did I say this show's well directed? Look at this. Ready? There to there. Yeah, dude. Sick. Now, neither of them speak Mandarin, which is fun. Like, you just go for very, very basic Chinese phrases here. But what Kon says here is that glasses can understand me regardless. There's something that transcends language that I'm telling him right now. Stop holding back. It's a bad habit. You'll get too stuck in your ways if you keep doing it. And for the record, it does seem like he does understand him, at least a little bit. And yeah, Kon wants to play Smile, but he doesn't play Smile. Peko runs in the way. And he's like, fine, I'll knock this kid over before I get to play the guy I'm actually interested in here. And yeah, it's a different level. It's a different beast. The fucking music really lives up to it as well. It's doing some heavy lifting here for sure. Very well animated too, obviously, and you stay pretty positive early on despite getting your ass handed to you. Another interesting thing to note, it's probably the first time we've seen Peko sweat at all. He's actually trying. He's trying very hard here, you know. Now, my favorite edit of the episode, right here. Ball goes skyward. Kon looks into the sky and thinks about that plane. That plane is a symbol of him needing to leave China after what happened. What did I do to deserve this? I get kicked off a top team, and then they toss me in with crap players who wouldn't make second string. Like, he is fighting with outright disdain right now in ping pong, obviously. Like, he hates this. His circumstances are going to be very fun to dive into later on as well, as they are further explored. He has seen the top level. He has rubbed shoulders with them. He was not chosen to go further, and he's taken this step down. He was in a big ocean with all the big fish, and he's now been relegated to a small pond. You get into this scenario and you're pissed off, needing to absolutely dumpster some kid. Where again, Peko early in the episode, he loved it. He fucking frothed that. He thought that was awesome. You've got that winner's mindset. Peko does not. Not yet. Like this early stuff here too. It looks militant, the way that they practice their ping pong. We say one little slip up and now I'm stuck with these guys. I'm interested. What happened? Now learn how powerless and unpolished you are. It does almost feel like Kon here is fighting himself. A little bit. He's got Peko here as a punching bag, but he's working through his own demons. That is absolute disdain, as I keep saying. Very funny cut as he like falls to the ground here too and like dies. The ball kind of resounding in my ear too. Very like shonen-y. It's like the hero died, or like I'm playing a video game and my protagonist lost and I got a game over screen. It's kind of what it feels like. Once again, I'm invoking some childish things a little bit. Just Again, it's kind of his level right now. None of this seems like a surprise to Smile either. He kind of just keeps score and isn't really too shocked by anything here. Peko then starts to sob. We also see him a little bit later on walking out of the school, looking a little bit worse for wear, still crying and getting over it and whatever else, looking very distraught, as we can see. We're just reiterating it one more time. Childish. That's the major thing going on here, right? You got bopped, and now you're sad. Love, love, love this line here from Smile as they try to leave, though. Obviously, Con's still interested. We call him out. Hey, Glasses, do you want to play? It would only end in defeat. Now, what did he mean there? Did he mean it would only end in his defeat? Or yours? Again, it's that curiosity that'll probably lead to these two meeting again and competing again, you know? Con also wonders which ones he should pity more. The one that has the talent and has no drive to use it, or maybe the one that believes that they have more talent than they do. It's kind of the question that we leave the episode on to contemplate. Who is ultimately in a better or worse position between our two main characters? Also, Kensuke Ushio is just absolutely bawling out here on the soundtrack again. Anyway, last scene now. He's humming a little theme. What do we say here? Monster Robot. Clearly something you're personally interested in. May even have something to do with the game. May definitely have something to do with the intro to the episode. You seem a lot more personable after the trip than you were on the way there, where you seem a lot more shattered. It's like we've almost swapped, as that train is going in the other direction as well. You know, we were going this way, then this way. Our moods have kind of swapped. There's that unifying line, as well as, you know, which stop are we, the next one or the one after? Just all very coherent here at the very end. Very, very pretty. Not sure what to make of much else of the character stuff going on. I've talked for way too long, so let's leave the ED for next week to have a better look. And I mean, hopefully I won't yap that long every single week, because holy shit, how will I ever get 2 episodes done? I'm very impressed. It was even better on the rewatch. I'm fully in on their character dynamic. I talked about it most of my conversation here was about that. Just some really, really standout cuts and transitions and directorial stuff going on too. Love the art. Think character design is a standout. Music's good. 2 thumbs up. It's so good. It's amazing. It's incredible. And yes, you will see me talk about it more next week. Patreon, if you want to be that 1 week ahead. There's probably already some new episodes up there if you have a look. Like the video, subscribe, all that other kind of jazz. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Ciao.